There are three main reasons why most authors fail before they even start writing their book. And if you're about to start writing your book, or you hired somebody to help you in this journey, you would want to pay attention to this video. Now keep in mind, if you make any one of these three mistakes, chances are your book is going to be buried before it even sees the light of the day. Hey, my name is Ben Sina. I am the CEO and founder at High Value Author, and over the last 7 years, I have personally sold more than $2 million worth of books and helped over 400 authors to publish best-selling books. And in videos like these, I share my best strategies, techniques, and principles to make sure that you save time and money in your book publishing journey. Alright, let's get right into it. Mistake number one, lack of market research. Now, to be honest with you, I'm always shocked because I talk to so many authors on a weekly and even daily basis. Sometimes I talk to 3, 4 authors every single day, or upcoming authors, or wannabe authors. And most of them don't even know what is the potential of their book. How many people are searching for keywords that are related to their book? And what are those keywords? What those keywords even are, right? We don't even have the list of keywords that are relevant to the book that we're trying to produce. And it's so simple to do. It's as easy as going to Amazon and searching for specific keywords and looking at different titles of the books that are in similar categories or category where your book might be, and you look at those titles of other books and you identify different keyword patterns. And then you search those keywords and say, okay, these keywords are relevant to my book. Let's see how many people are searching for those keywords, how many people are buying those books. Now, if you want to know more about the ins and outs and different techniques on how to know the precise numbers, you can comment below. But most authors don't even do that. Most authors just think that because they have some sort of expertise, they have a great idea, and it's almost never a great idea. There, for some reason, people are going to start all of a sudden buying their book, and that's never true. And there are three main things that you want to know while doing, and you want to find out while doing your market research. Number one, what your ideal readers are actually buying. Number two, where does your book go in terms of categories? Where does your book fit in terms of categories? And are those categories trending, or have they been trending for the last 5 to 10 years? And do they have a positive projection moving forward in the next 5 to 10 years? And usually here you want to think about problems. You want to think about, is this something that's a problem that has been a problem in the past and is going to be a problem in the future, possibly even worse of a problem in the future? This is really the lens that I like to think about those things. And number three, how severe of a problem is that your book is solving. So you really have to lay down and say, okay, who are my ideal readers? What problems do they have? How severe those problems are? Because the more severe a problem is, the more likely they're going to buy. Now, without these three things, your book is not going to be, and it's not going to be generating you business, it's not going to make any sales. And you have to be honest and truthful with yourself about this and agree that, okay, this book is going to be a passion project of yours. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. You don't need to do research. But if you want this book to succeed, and for you, success means sales and opportunities, you have to do that. And you cannot do this, and you cannot make this mistake. All right, mistake number two, a weak or bad title or cover, or both. Now, I cannot stretch this enough. Every single time I speak to authors, I always tell them there is nothing more important than your book title and your book cover. And people do judge a book by its cover, and the headline of your cover is your book title. Now, imagine yourself going into a store. It doesn't have to be a bookstore, and let's say you want to buy a magazine. Do you think, based on what you see on the cover and the biggest letters of the cover of that magazine, is what's going to make you buy, or what's going to draw your interest into say, okay, let me take a look at this. And now you start maybe flipping a couple of pages, you're reading a few of the subtitles on that magazine cover, That's exactly the same thing with books. And people think, this is so fascinating. People think 2 seconds. For 2 seconds, people think about a title and a cover, and they spend 500-600 hours writing their book. In reality, it has to be the other way around. The shortest things, the first things that people are gonna see, they have to be spent the most. You have to spend the most time on your book cover and your book title. And people, for some reason, they tend to think, okay, because you see it and it looks nice and it sounds nice, for some reason it's gonna work, right? We were talking about mistake number one, doing the research, and this is part of that. You have to do the research. You have to understand what kind of what people are looking for in your category, in the category where your book is going to be. Are we gonna notice your book? Are we gonna instantly see? Are you gonna grab the attention of your ideal customer, of your ideal reader? Are you gonna are we gonna familiarize their problem with your solution, aka your book? So once you start thinking through this lens, you're gonna really start, okay, let me pause for a second and ask yourself, let me ask myself, what what does it make a great cover? What does it make a great book title? How does a great cover look like for your book? What is attractive for your ideal readers when it comes to the solutions that they are looking for their problem? Now, before I move on to mistake number 3, I'm going to leave you with one thought that I want you to think about. And here's how it goes. People who are not attracted by the title and the cover of your book will never get to read it. So it doesn't matter how great your book is and how much value they're going to get from it if they are never going to pick it up. Mistake number 3, lack of testing. There are 3 things that you want to test before you go and publish your book. Your book title, your book cover, and your book description. The first thing that people see when they're looking, they see the cover of your book, whether that's online, whether that's in store. The colors attract their attention. Then they immediately start reading and see if the title matches the cover. That's their subconscious. Now, once you grab the attention of the right people, then they lean into it, right? When it comes to online space, they stop scrolling. If they're in a bookstore, they come next to it and they pick it up. And the moment they pick it up, you get them. You have them, right? After that, there is a book description. Usually it's on the back of a book. About 60% of people read at least a part of a book description, a back cover book description, or it is, let's say on Amazon, it's a book description that when you scroll a little bit down below, once you click on a landing page, once you click on a book page, when you start reading a book description, they want to make sure that what they think this book is going to do for them, it matches their vision. That's why they're reading a little bit more. They want to understand a little bit more about the book and see if that book is aligned with their problems, with their desires. Now, the big question is, how do you test it? Very simple. Most of us have audiences. And even if you don't think you have audience, you do have audience because you have friends, you have relatives, you have friends on Facebook, X, Twitter, you have friends or followers somewhere. And you don't need many of them. You can just do it with 50 or 100 people because you want to see their reaction, even though they're not an ideal audience. They don't have to be an ideal audience. Of course, there are better tools than just, let's see, looking at chatting with your friends and asking them for their opinion. But if you're just getting started and you are at ground zero, you want to do at least a little bit of testing. And here's what you want to do. You want to share with all your ideal people, what you believe is an ideal people, at least 20 to 50 people, your book title and your book cover in your book description. But you want to do it in sequence. You want to start with a title because you cannot have a cover unless you have a title. It just goes like that, right? Then you share them with your cover, and then you share your book description, and you ask what do they think about it. And the other thing that you give them is you give them a brief agenda for the book, meaning here is who is this book for? What kind of people are going to be the readers of this book? And here are problems that this book is solving, right? You give them that little 2-3 sentence description, and then you say, tell me what you think about this title. Please rate this, right? You give them 3-4 options of different titles and subtitles, and ask them which one do they believe is the best, which one is the second best, and gather that data. Then do the same thing with the book cover, and do the same thing with the description of the book as well. And then at least you will know which one of them has a higher chance of being more successful, and then you can make your own judgment. Again, if it's a passion project of yours, this doesn't matter. If for you success is passion, or passion is success, go ahead, you do what you want to do. You can just choose whatever you want. It can be a shower idea, right? Or a late night bed idea. If you want this book to be successful and you want the marketplace to be receptive to what you're giving them, then you want to do more and you want to do some testing. And that's what we do, for example, at High Value Author Business, what we do every single time. All right, I know I promised 3 mistakes, but here is number 4 because I think it's so important to touch upon this. Mistake number 4, ignorance. And here's the definition of ignorance when it comes to books and when it comes to authorship. If you are not doing something, even though in the back of your mind it does make sense, and for some reason you decide, okay, let me just skip this step, let me start writing the book, right? And this is what most authors do. And they start writing a book. Ask yourself a question. Is the writing of a book the most important thing when it comes to your success, or whatever the definition of the success is? The other important thing to ask yourself is, once the book is published and the book does its thing, what does success mean to you? Is it 1 sale, 10 sales, 100 sales, 100,000 sales? Is it just 1 review, 10 reviews, 50 reviews, 100 reviews? Or maybe these metrics don't even matter to you. Until and unless you define the success, you will not know how to make judgments along the way. How good is your book, right? You will not take the following actions, because if you know that you absolutely must make 1,000 sales of your book during the first, let's say, 6 months, and that's fine, right? It's not a massive goal, but that's a good goal, right? For most upcoming authors who are trying to do that by themselves. You will have to know about, okay, I have to have some sort of a marketing plan in place. Otherwise, it's probably not going to happen if I just throw that book on Amazon and for some reason people are going to start buying it. There are 65 million books on Amazon, maybe even more as I'm recording this video. What do you think is the chance that you're just going to slap something together, put it out without any research, without any testing, with a bad or weak title and subtitle, and you title and not title or subtitle, but title and the cover, and you think somebody is gonna buy it? Maybe your aunt, maybe your siblings, maybe your grandmother. These people are gonna buy it because you're gonna tell them that you have your book and it's ready and it's published and they should get it. Other than those people, maybe a few friends, and that's it. Now, if that is the definition of success for you and for your book, go ahead. But I think we have to get serious here, and you cannot afford to ignore. The ignorance is going to cost you the most amount of money when it comes to publishing a book, or anything for that matter. But on this channel, we are talking about books. So you cannot afford ignorance, and you cannot afford to be ignorant. But in any case, I hope you enjoyed this video and you got value from it, and you're going to use this information and you're going to think about it thoroughly. Now, if you want more help, of course, you can click the link in the description box below. Talk to my team. We'll answer your questions, see if we can help. But in any case, I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one.